Are you about to go on the romantic Rhine River Cruise? Well, I've got a few tips for you. I want you to ditch your clothes, sit around, and play on your phone. What? Those don't sound like your typical tips, but they could make this trip the trip of a lifetime. Stick with me. Hey everyone, this is Nikki with OutThisDoor.com. When I was getting ready for my romantic Rhine River cruise, I read a lot of blogs and watched a lot of videos from other travelers' experiences, and it was really helpful in getting prepared. So I want to pay it forward and give you a few tips. Yes, they are to ditch your clothes, sit around, and play on your phone. I know these are not your typical tips. Thanks for being here. While you're here, hit the subscribe button and let's get going. When Packlight isn't user-friendly, Goodwill might be your new best friend. So first, let's talk about the fun part, right? When you're getting ready to go on the trip, what do you pack? What are you going to wear? So it's at least an 8-day trip plus an extra day on either end, maybe an extra excursion, which for us equaled 10 days. We wanted to be super nimble. We didn't want to take a big suitcase. We weren't going in the winter, so we didn't have to worry about big fluffy winter coats. So we're going to go carry on. So all these clothes, 10 days worth of clothes, fitting in, yeah, you guessed it, that small carry-on suitcase and that backpack, and that was it. You know, they talk about when you're getting ready to travel, take half the clothes and twice the money. That has never worked for me. I don't like shopping for clothes, and I'm definitely not going to spend my vacation time shopping for clothes. Well, I managed to get all these in the suitcase and the backpack, but that meant that there was no extra room for souvenirs. So here's what I did instead. I went to Goodwill, bought clothes on the cheap, and they all fit in the suitcase. When we were packing up to go back home, I packed first the stuff I'd spent good money on. You want to spend good money on shoes, on your day excursion shoes, your walking shoes, and then at the end of the day, you want to have a comfy pair to change into. That's where you want to spend your money on for clothing. Maybe have some nice travel pants. Maybe they're even, maybe you can even wash them by hand in the sink because they dry that fast. That's awesome. Spend some money on those. You'll probably want some extra clothes anyway. So after I packed the clothes that I'd spent a lot of money on, and then repacked the souvenirs because I wanted souvenirs like this. I wasn't about to leave the chocolate behind. I wanted to take that back with me, to heck with the clothes. And if there wasn't any room left, so a lot of that stuff from Goodwill just got left behind, and I hadn't spent all that much money on it, so it was no big deal. In my in the description for this video, there's a link to my packing list, and you can customize it. So hopefully you'll check that out. With only about 180, 190 passengers on board a Viking cruise, you see the same people again and again. So you have this marvelous opportunity to create new friends. There's only one restaurant. So my recommendation to you is to choose a different table and a different group every time. If you're the first people at the table, wave in couples who are looking for a seat. If there's an empty spot, ask if you can have it. Make new friends. Strike up a conversation about the most recent tour or what brought them to the cruise. The food on board the ship is absolutely amazing. There is a different menu every day. One section of the menu is called the local flair, so it's got flavors from the locality that you're at. There's also the main menu, and then there's also some tried and true favorites like a hamburger. You can pick and choose from different parts of the menu. There's also a specialty night on board, a German night, and the German food on board the ship is just fantastic. It's even better than what you'd find in a German town. The pictures that I have to show you are only from the German night, and I think there's a couple reasons for that. One is the food was so good, I just kind of ate and didn't think about taking pictures. But then also the company. Like I was saying, we sit and meet new people. We had wonderful conversations meeting new people, and that was so special. I think we also spent a couple times just my husband and I just eating together as well. Though the meals are included with your price of your fare, don't let this good food be your only food experience. Make sure to eat at the ports that you go to, at least some snacks and some street food. We bought some cheese at the local shops. We bought Kolsch while we were in Cologne. Of course, we ate the pretzels. While we were in La Petite, France, we found this really cute little canal side restaurant, and we had escargot. I've always wanted to try it. It was super, super good. Cool, there's a bar on board. There's always a lot of questions about whether or not to get the Silver Spirits package. We decided not to. I'm not a huge drinker. There's wine and beer at dinner. I was able to have a wine or a beer every dinner, and I tried all kinds of different varieties. There's also at breakfast, there's mimosas available. And then I got a couple different drinks from the bar. They're very well put together and not an extraordinary cost. And I've noticed they're way more potent than drinks on port. Drinks on port tend to be very watered down. My husband's a big drinker, and what we decided instead of getting the Silver Spirits package for him is that we just went into town and bought a bottle of gin and brought that back. There's no corkage fees, so we were able to bring it on board without any extra expense at all. Now you can probably start seeing a pattern here. We absolutely love the Kolsch, and I'm not a beer drinker. I still loved it. We love the pretzels, way better than here in the States, and I am now an Aperol Spritz fanatic. As vacation planning goes, river cruising is like pressing the easy button, but you might need an app for that. So in addition to the research you're already doing, you can use your phone to join up with a Facebook group for the cruise that you're about to go on, for some tips and tricks and reviews from people who have gone before. It's also a great place to ask specific questions. You can also use your phone to find something special to do at every port. Maybe you want to take the river ferry in Basel, or the gondola in Rudesheim, or maybe you just want to know the difference between a coffee shop and a cafe in Amsterdam. For me, what makes a really special vacation are the photos. So even though I know how to take a great photo, I was new to the iPhone, so I took a course on iPhone photography, and it really got me to know how to use my iPhone for some great pictures, including this awesome time lapse of going through one of the locks. We talked about a few different things in this video. One recommendation was to buy some used clothes and ditch them for the return journey if you need to, so you have some extra space in your suitcase. Another one was to sit around at different tables with different passengers at different ports that you visit. And we also talked about ways to use your phone to research how to make the most out of this trip. But remember, this is also vacation, so make sure to do vacation-y things. Relax with a good book or a crossword puzzle. Send a postcard, sip a martini on the sun deck, have a relaxing drink on the waterfront, sit and take in the local culture. For me, for sure, the best souvenir, even better than chocolate, are the memories that come out of this amazing trip. Maybe it's also the futures though too, because here at Out the Store, we don't want this to be the trip of a lifetime. The trip of a lifetime implies that you're never going to go back or it can't be topped. Forget that. No, we want your trips to not be the trip of a lifetime. We want you to go back to these places. You will want to go back to these places. You will want to take another Rhine cruise. You will want to be on another amazing adventure that tops the one you already had. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, watch some of our other videos, and connect with us. We'd love to hear from you. So it sort of makes me teary. I hate to think of it.